Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Stig of the Dump for the BBC Micro. It's been a while since I played Part 2, which is based on Chapter 2. That is the chapter where we helped Stig build a window in a chimney for his house. And because of that, Stig gave us an arrowhead. So we now have 2 treasures. We have 1 more to go, but before we can do anything, we need to wake up. And of course, wait for the picture to generate, because this is a BBC Micro text adventure with pictures in it. Good morning. Looks like a cold winter's day outside. It's very cold today. What now? Well, you might as well go east, because that's the only way we're going to get out of bed. And from here, we need to go downstairs, because how else are we going to go anywhere? Thankfully, we don't really need to wear anything to get ready for the winter weather, even though it is a winter day for this third and final part of the game. Yes, this game only covers the first 3 chapters. Let's go east. There are some things in this screen that we have had to take from time to time. One of them was the matches, but we never had a reason to take them until now. Let's go ahead and get the matches, even though Grandmother is sitting on the table and we're in plain view of her probably. We're getting the matches, even though we are playing a young child. And from here, we need to go east again. This will take us out back, like I thought it would. Good. Now we need to go to the shed, which is to the south. Interesting game so far, this. Even more interesting by the fact that I read the book and I didn't entirely need a walkthrough unless I really got stuck. I did read the chapters beforehand. Let's enter the shed. Amazingly, there are still vegetables growing around despite the fact that it is now winter. We have a steel axe, a rope, and a saw. We need to get the steel axe. And yes, it asks you if you want a stone axe or a steel axe if you just type get axe. That's because of the stone axe inside of Stig's home. So you have to be specific which axe you want. Let's get the rope. And let's get the saw. And from here, we need to run. This will take us straight to the edge of the chalk pit, as always. Special thanks to High Retro Game Lord 89 for using that shortcut in his long play gameplay video. I really need to thank him for that, by the way. And from here, we need to keep going east to the fence. We're going to have to climb the fence again. And to do that, we're now going to have to drop off items, go to one side, drop off everything else, then climb again and do everything. Because we have 3 items. Actually, 4. Now that I think about it. Okay. Let's go north. This will take us to the fence. And from here, we need to drop the steel axe, and we need to drop the saw. And now we can climb the fence. Of course, when we do that, we're going to need to drop the matches and the rope on this side. So that's what we're going to do. Drop the matches, and drop the rope. And now we need to climb the fence again. Now, the steel axe and the saw are huge, huge tools. The steel axe is obviously a steel axe, but the saw is like one of those kinds of saws that requires 2 people to hold. How Barney is able to carry that and the steel axe and somehow climb over the fence is beyond me, given that Barney is a young boy. But we're doing it anyway. So let's get the steel axe, and let's get the saw. And now that we have our 2 items maximum for climbing the fence, we're going to climb the fence again, we're going to get the matches, and we're going to get the rope. Okay. Let's get the matches, and then get the rope. Okay. I believe we go west. Because that... okay, we do. We do. Good. Getting a little drink of tea here. Out of a bottle with its own straw as I go west again. And from here, we just keep going west until we end up inside Stig's house. And there's the pieces of bed set and the pile of chalk from earlier. We're not going to need either of those. We're just going to go straight to Stig's house. And here we are. Apparently Stig is not in. I think we may need to look for him. Let's go west, because that's the only other place we can go. Otherwise, we just leave the house. You can see pile of leaves. We need to look at the leaves. Look, there's something there. You hear sneezes. It's Stig. He doesn't look well. It's very cold today. Just like in the book, Stig seems to have come down with a cold. Probably because he's in a cold cave. And it's cold. We kind of need to do something about that. So, let's get Stig, if we can. I want to make sure that we do that. Here he is. And from here, we need to go back east. And from here, I need to go back to that one tree. Okay, I can see Stig. You'll see in parentheses, Stig looks ill if Stig is with you. Of course, Stig will wander off. If that happens, you need to get back to another screen, or maybe usually the previous screen, and then get him again. Alright. Now there is one area where we need to go to a tree. We need to go to the ash tree that we've been to in the past. And it is south of where all this red and green and white is. There we are. We are now at the ash tree. Is Stig still with us? Has he not wandered off? Stig has wandered off. Yeah, keep an eye on the text part of the screen to see if Stig has wandered off. You need Stig for things. Actually, you know what? Not yet. Not yet. There are some things that I can do. I have the rope, don't I? Okay, we have the rope. just like in the book, we can tie rope to the ash tree. That should do something. You can't do that yet. Okay. Oh, that's right. We have to climb up and then tie the rope. That's right. We had to do that at the top of the tree. I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, why is this happening? All right, now we can tie the rope. Nice and tight. What is up from here? You're kidding. I did not know you could do that. That is wild. So basically you try to climb further up the tree and you fall down and you die. That is so weird. I did not know you could do that, honestly. Let me get back up here with the rope tied, and then I'll meet you there. Okay. We're back. I did not know you could climb further up on the tree. It does say on there, you are halfway up a tree. Looks dangerous further up. And I tied the rope, so you can see rope tied to tree. Down. I did not know you could climb further up the ash tree. Okay, you are in the dump. You can see end of rope, twigs, ash tree. Stig wandered off again, though he did wander off after we climbed up as opposed to when we got right to the ash tree. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Stig's house, and we need to get Stig. He should be back in the main room as opposed to the side room where that was all white and whatnot. Don't know how else to describe the room, hence that 3 seconds of silence. Okay, Stig looks ill. Get Stig. Here he is. Let us go to the east. And we need to go back to the ash tree. So let us go east again. You can see Stig looks ill. Okay. He's following us again. Let's make sure he doesn't wander off again. I don't want him to wander off. Okay, you can see Stig. Go south from here. And will he wander off a second time? Hopefully not. Okay, you can see Stig. Okay. We need to saw the tree. This is the part, just like in the book, where we cut the ash tree with the saw in order to help make a fire. You wanted to saw a tree. Phew! Be careful. Stig helps. And now we need to chop the tree with the steel axe. More. Phew. Be careful. Unstig his wander off. Do I need him for anything? Well, we're going to see. We're going to pull the rope and see if we need him for that. Tree sways. There's a cracking noise. I forgot to say few, but, well, I'll do that next time I pull the rope. We need to keep pulling the rope. So just keep typing in pull rope. Phew. Tree sways. There's a crackling noise. Pull the rope again. Please don't kill me, game. I've already had one. Okay, good. About to say, I've had one Sierra death screen today. Tree crashes to the ground. We now need to chop the logs that we now have. Phew. And now we need to take the logs and put those in our inventory. Thankfully, we have one more inventory space. And I still have 5 things, don't I? Oh, that's right, I used the rope, so therefore I had 3. Okay, we can take the twigs too, because there's things that you can also get. And from here, we need to drop the saw, because we're not going to need it anymore. And let's go to the north. Now, there is an item in the dump that we need to go get. You may remember the newspaper that we saw in the dump as we explored it. We've never had a reason to pick it up until now. But we need stuff to make a fire with, and we need the newspaper for that. So we need to go to the screen with the green and the blue and the purple, and we need to get the newspaper that is there. Once we do that, we'll have a reason to use the newspaper. We'll have everything we need to build a fire. We need the twigs, and we need the newspaper and the matches to make the fire. So all that's left to do now is to keep going west until we enter Stig's house. Thankfully, you don't need Stig for anything other than the saw as far as the cutting of the ash tree is concerned. So once you use the saw, if he wanders off, you can do everything else that you need to do. Okay. We need to make the fire now that we have everything that we need. We have the matches, we have the newspaper, and we have the twigs. Okay. It's very cold today. And from here, we need to light the fire. We need the twigs and the newspaper to make the fire. Now we just need the matches to light it. And I know that my chair is making creaky noises. I wish it wouldn't. You wanted to light fire. Stig looks much better. He roasts some chestnuts. We now have a blazing fire and a burning log in the room. We are going to eat chestnuts because we did that in the book, believe it or not. Stig roasted some chestnuts, and we ate them. And if you look at what is in the room, you'll notice the word spear in between 2 asterisks. We can now get the spear. That is the 3rd and final thing that we need to get. The game doesn't really hint at it, unlike the flint blade or the arrowhead. You have to pay attention to the text part of the screen, or else you're not going to see it. And we now need to get the burning log. This acts like the torch that Barney used to get home. You can't. What now? Inventory. I suppose I can... Let's look around a little bit. Take log. Please don't do weird things to me now, game. Oh. You have to take log, not take burning log. Okay. The log acts as the torch. And now we need to figure out what we need to do as far as the inventory goes. Okay. All right. We can now go east. I may have to drop the steel axe somewhere to get around. I may have to drop some stuff, but we should be done now. You wanted to go east. Okay. Can we run? Or can we not do that? We can't. And if you try to run, it's late. You feel tired. There we go. Now we've gotten everything done what we need to do. So let us go back to the fence. And I may have to drop some things as I do stuff. Because I may have to... Well, I will have to climb the fence. That's why I have to drop things. Also, that's a lawnmower of the lawn service in there in the background. Not sure if anybody heard it. If you did, that's what it is. And, okay, we're at the fence. I need to check my inventory again. Let's go ahead and check the inventory. Okay. Let's drop the matches. Let's drop the newspaper. And let's drop the steel axe. All that is left is the log and the spear. Okay. Climb. So we now have the spearhead that Stig gave us, as well as the burning log. I need to be very careful at this home stretch. And from here, I think I need to go... No, I need to go west. I forgot, if I go south, I go back to the fence. And I need to be careful at the garden. Let's go west again. I believe you have to go west. Okay, we do. We go west. And from here, we need to go south. And we are now at this part of the woods. We need to go south again. Yeah, we're on the rough woody track, and now we are at the garden. Let me do a thing here real quick. We're on a path in the front garden. I'm going to go ahead and save here. Now, if you go towards the house with the torch, Gran says, "What on earth are you doing bringing that in here? You had better stay at home for a while, young man." The game is over. Do you want to play again? If you bring the burning log into the house, Gran yells at you, and you lose the entire thing 2 screens from the end. I did not know this was a thing until I did a practice run for part 3, for chapter 3. And it drove me nuts. Thankfully, we saved before we did this. So, let us drop the log. It's nighttime. Okay, better get some light. Thankfully, we are going to go south. I believe if you drop the log at any point before the garden and you go anywhere, I believe you give yourself another Sierra death scene. where something probably happens to Barney. I also want to think that if you go to the house, if you go south from the garden, while you have the chalk all over your pants at the end of chapter 2, I believe Gran will yell at you at that point too, and that will also give you a game over. I never actually did it because I did remember the whole chalk on Barney's pants thing from the book. So therefore I never actually did it. But I'm pretty sure the game will do that. So let's go ahead and go south. We are now over here in the house. Let's go ahead and go up. I don't think I want to go east because I don't know if Gran will say anything. She probably won't, but I'd rather just go up anyway. And from here, we go up. And we drop the spear. Well done! You can see flip blade, arrow, spear. That's the lot. Do you want to play again? Well, obviously not, but I do want to keep this screen up a little bit longer. We just beat Stig of the Dump for the BBC Micro. We've gotten through the first 3 chapters. And from here, the book continues, but in the book, not in the game. I really want to spend time reading the book now that I've gotten this out of the way. But of course, there is also the long play of this that I do want to do. Just like High Retro Game Lord 89 made a long play of this game, which led to me playing this game. Speaking of High Retro Game Lord, very special thanks to High Retro Game Lord 89. Without High Retro Game Lord 89, I wouldn't be using OBS. I wouldn't have even a slight bit of interest in the BBC Micro. I definitely wouldn't have played this game. I wouldn't even have seen him play this game. Him, them, I guess. I don't know. But, I was going to say something. Right, I might as well just go ahead and go on with the review. The graphics, they're simple, but at least they get things right. Everything looks recognizable. You know you're in the chalk pit. You know you're at Stig's house. You know you're inside Stig's house. You know you're in the junkyard. You know you're at the ash tree. The text of the game also kind of helps just to be safe. The sound, not really much in the way of sound. All that I really had for sound was just the sound of the BBC Micro itself while playing this. But you don't really have like sound or music for this game at all. But I can't really complain. Play control, I had no problem with it. I was able to type in everything pretty well. As long as I spelled everything correctly, everything was not problematic. I didn't have any bugs or errors of the sort, which is good. And once you play through this game, there's not really much of a reason to play it again, but you may probably want to play it again in case you've grown up with the game or you like Stig of the Dump. I'm surprised there is a Stig of the Dump game. And it's alright, as far as I can tell. Pretty nice game, if you can get it, however you can. And that's really it for Let's Play Stig of the Dump. Hopefully I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be in between, who knows. But until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!